Bruh, we just turned like 15. What up, y'all, you beautiful people. It's your girl, Mia here. What up, all you interesting creatures? You're watching Mia's Vlogs. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. If you're not new to my channel, then hey girl, hey. Alright, so today's topic is simply something that I wish I would have had back when I was in high school. We are going to be talking about things I wish I knew as a freshman. For all of you freshmen out there, freshman year is super scary. Going into this, basically like this brand new world, or so it seems. You know, you just want to be cool. You just want to hang out with cool kids. There's so much more to it than that, and we fail to see it. So here are the things I wish I knew in high school. Freshman advice. First up, I just want to say grades. Grades are extremely important. Like, I know you hear people say all the time, like, you have to make good grades, you have to make good grades. You really do have to make good grades, especially if you plan on, I don't know, going to college or further pursuing a career in whatever it is you want to do when you grow up. Like, you have to get good grades. So that is that. I wasn't an A student in high school, not at all. I teetered between A's and B's. Sometimes I would get a C. Now it wouldn't be the end of the world if I got a C, but sometimes it would most definitely be like a C in there somewhere. Do not be the class clown. I'm not saying that, you know, I was a class clown, because I actually, believe it or not, I was one of the quiet ones. Like, I was always quiet. I always did my work. I always stayed to myself, and my friend group was like within my own little bubble. So no, I wasn't a class clown, but those who were so annoying. You guys, the class clowns are funny at some points, yes, but for the most part, they are so annoying. Do not be the class clown. The teacher will hate you, and some of the classmates will hate you. Make friends with the teacher. Okay, now I know all of you have heard teachers' pets and whatnot, but I'm not talking about be a teacher's pet. If you make nice with the teachers, this literally will take you a long way. In the long run, when it comes to senior year, you're gonna have in these college applications, you're gonna have to put in these reference letters. Your teachers are who you want to reference you. Okay, they're the ones who are going to basically determine your fate. Now, I'm not saying all colleges go off of your teacher's recommendations, but most of them do, and it's to basically see like how well you are in the classroom. Pay attention freshman year. This is extremely crucial that you listen to this, because I'll be honest with you, my freshman year, I did not pay attention. Like, yes, I got good grades, but I did not pay attention. For some strange reason, I mean, it wasn't that I was playing around or anything, it was hard. And the transition was hard going from like middle school to high school. So pay attention your freshman year, because in the long run, that's what's going to get you valedictorian, that's what's going to get you salutatorian, that's what's going to get you top 10% of the class, top 50% of the class. Now, no, I was not valedictorian, salutatorian, or top 10%, but I most definitely was top 50%. I regret it so much, because I know now, had I gone back to my freshman year and actually really tried and dug deep, that I would have most definitely been top 10%. Maybe not salutatorian, but definitely top 10%. Your friend groups. I don't even know how to say this. with a straight face. Your friend groups don't even matter. When you leave middle school, you're not even going to be friends with half the people. Not even half the people, with like 3/4 of the people you were friends with in middle school. Like, you won't. And you're gonna get to high school your freshman year and you're gonna see like a lot of your friends have changed. Like, popularity doesn't really too much exist as much as it did in middle school. Don't even get me started. But it doesn't really exist in high school. Yes, you have your groups. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now, athletes are their own group. But within the athletes, the football players hang out with the football players, and the basketball players hang out with the basketball players, and the soccer team hangs out with the soccer team. So unless your school is like my school, where half the football players also play basketball and half the volleyball team does soccer and softball. Me, myself, I was never one of those people. I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but you guys, I was a cheerleader. We won't talk about it. Like, I can't even show you guys pictures. Like, that's how much it scares me. Like, that brings me to my next thing. Cheerleading is the most toxic sport. Now, don't get me wrong, there's good and bad in everyone, but cheerleaders are mean. Like, literally, when you see in movies that all cheerleaders care about are looks, it is so true. I cannot tell you how many times I would be in the locker room and I would be getting ready for the pep rally game, whatever, and I would see like the cheerleaders, freshmen, people in my grade, they were getting out loads and loads and loads of makeup. I was like, is all that makeup really necessary? That goes to my next thing, you guys. Do not, in high school, do not wear the makeup that you did in middle school, because I promise you, it wasn't working out in middle school. It definitely ain't hitting you in high school. But no, cheerleading was toxic, and I don't even want to get into it. I might do a story time for you guys on that, but cheerleading was toxic, so there's that. Also, it brings me into my next thing. You guys, go ahead and go into extracurricular activities, whether it be a sport, whether it be a club, or whether it be theater, dance, whatever. Now, me, at my school, we never had dance. So when I went to college and I found out all of these people like had dance at their school, I was a little jelly, because I'm like, we didn't have dance. Had we had dance, I would have taken dance. I've always wanted to be a dancer. Like, ever since I was little, I wanted to be a dancer. It was like a childhood dream of mine. I never told anyone. I think the only person I told was my best friend, but other than that, yeah, I've always wanted to be a dancer. It's too late now. I'm like 19. Like, that ship has sailed. No, on the real, like, join clubs, do different events. When you join different clubs and stuff, that goes on your, I guess, resume for school. Is it resume? That goes on like your transcript for school. So when you join other clubs and stuff, like, your transcript is gonna look, when your colleges get that transcript, it's gonna be, because they're gonna be like, oh, this person, let's see, he was in the math club, the science club, the helping old people out club, stuff like that. They're gonna really look at this stuff. Once again, if I could rewind and go all the way back, I would do it, but at the time in my life when I was in high school, my priorities were not straight. I was a cheerleader, and we won't talk about it. But I saw the light at the end of the tunnel of being a cheerleader. Certain sport come into my life, track and field. I will definitely do a story time on that for you guys. But my time was mainly taken up between track and cheerleading. Cheerleading was like a pastime, so I could do track. But I had to be active because, you know, it's not good to stay cooped up in a house all day and just watch TV or do nothing. You know, like, pick your poison. I think another thing that is super important when it comes to being a freshman, you guys, you are freshmen. You are not as cool as you think you are. I'm serious. Like, stop saying catchphrases you said in middle school, because I promise you a senior is gonna look at you and be like, bruh. And it's not cool. Hang with your crowd. Please hang with your crowd. Like, do not try to come up to the different upperclassmen and try to hang out with them. Which brings me to my next subject. If you have like a sibling that's an upperclassman or a friend that's an upperclassman, like I said, this could be good for you or bad for you. Basically, if you have a friend that's an upperclassman, the good part is like, hey, you know somebody, maybe they can show you around. Or the bad part about this is that maybe y'all aren't as good of friends as you think that y'all are, and so hanging around them could like really bug them and it'd make a bad name for you. So also, if you have like a sibling that's an upperclassman, I think definitely it's a good thing for you, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna help you. They're gonna make sure that you feel welcome and whatnot. Just don't hang unless you and your unless you and your brother or sister are tight like that, then okay. But if y'all aren't, then don't really hang around them and their friends all the time, because it can get really annoying and yet again make a bad name for yourself. Me, for instance, I had a brother. He was always 2 years ahead of me. So my brother, for the most part, when I was a freshman, my brother was a junior, and I had my brother all the way up until his senior year. So that was like 2 years for me, and it made me so happy. Now, I'm not saying I hung out with him and his friends, but I am saying that it does help to have someone you know. Major key to freshman year: if your high school is separated from like your middle school, because I know some schools do like high school and middle school like conglomerated, which is really weird, but not where I'm from. When you go to high school, by all means, what me and my siblings did before we actually started, we would go the week before or the day before. But I think with us, we were like the week before. We were like overachievers like that. We would go the week before school started, and we would have our schedule, our itinerary, our map, whatever you want to call it, and we would walk from each classroom that was on our list. And that is how we knew where to go on the first day of school. Do not be that freshman that asks seniors, where is this class? Because there is a chance that those seniors are going to see it as a joke and leave you stranded. And I was one of the lucky ones, because my brother was like, look, you're not going to be one of those people. And I was like, thank you. So when we come down to the food, all I have to say about the food is that the food is gonna be way better. Like slightly better than middle school. Won't be too much better, but it'll be slightly better. Honestly, if you want the good food, bring money, because at my school, you had the main line, you had a chicken line, and you had a pizza line. They were always serving pizza and they were always serving chicken. And in the pizza line, they had a salad bar. And honestly, I was always munching on salads like I was a cow eating grass. Like I was always munching on salads. Get to know a lot of people, but do not think everybody is your friend. I'm serious, because I'm gonna go ahead and burst your bubble right now. Yeah, I know you can dislike this video for it, but when you graduate high school, you won't even talk to like over half the people that you were friends with. I promise you. My graduating class was a class of 175 people. Okay. Out of that 175, I were only friends with, had 2 best friends, 1 close friend, and that is who I still talk to after I graduated. 3 out of 175. I'm not saying just be friends with like 4 people, but I am saying don't think everybody is your friend, because they are not. Parties. You guys, forget the parties in high school. They aren't that great. You know you can't drink, okay? So unless you feel like getting stopped by the cops or something, just don't even go, because 9 times out of 10, you know you have a homework assignment to do. You know you have a test to study for. Okay? The parties, literally, it's just a bunch of people in a house with alcohol. But it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. Hey, no. It is not that deep. You can worry about all that stuff when you go to college. Now, I'll get into that on my next video for freshman advice for college, but no, with high school, don't even try it. Like, no. So something that probably not a lot of people are even talking about in their back to school freshman advice for high schoolers is the topic of anonymous apps. Okay, so I don't know if this is with every other school, but I know with my school there was an anonymous app that was let loose. This app was called Yik Yak. Okay, this app was like 2015-16 version of Mean Girls. Like, okay, so you remember in the scene on Mean Girls when Regina was walking down the hall and she had her shade book, and this woman just threw all them papers up like, I don't even care. And like, she threw these papers up knowing that they said stuff about other people, knowing that no one was gonna know who wrote it, knowing that it was gonna cause chaos. Like, this was like a digital version of that. Yik Yak was an anonymous app where you could basically, for instance, if I didn't like Susie, I could be like, and it'd be completely anonymous, nobody would know, and I'd be like, Susie is ugly and Susie smells weird, you know, something like that. And next thing you know, Susie is walking throughout the day feeling completely upset, wondering who said what about her. Well, this was like taken like it needed to be brought down, but they were taking it up. Like, this was not good. I'm talking, this went from some girl sleeping with the whole football team to some football player finding out that his sister was a hoe. Like, this was not good. Okay, so all I'm gonna say is, if there is an anonymous app, I wouldn't even bother. Like, yes, at the end of the day, it's funny to see what's said about people. It is also, you know, it's cool to join in and be a part of something, but I'm gonna be honest, it's really nothing to be a part of, okay? I wish I had known this when I started my freshman year, because this app was pure teetotal hell. Like, it was hell. Like, it had to just come from Satan. I swear it come from Satan. Like, that app was a no-go, okay? So that's all I'm gonna say about that one. Be yourself. You shouldn't even care about what people think, because half the people that had the mindset that they did in middle school don't even have that mindset in high school. So don't care what other people think. Like, spread your wings, fly, be yourself, get good grades, and just become that beautiful butterfly that you deserve to be, okay? I'll be extremely honest with you. When I started out high school as a freshman, things were not exactly easy for me, because oh god, I'm gonna get emotional. Things are not exactly easy for me because, you know, I was kind of bullied a little bit when I was in middle school, and a little bit of it in high school. So long story short, I loved singing. I was so in love with singing, like y'all don't even know. Like I had this YouTube channel dedicated to it, and you know, but anyways, oh, I'm gonna get emotional, like I cannot do this right now. I loved singing, and so when I was in middle school and I was in art class, we had to make books, and I chose to make a songbook. And when I tell you, I filled this book up with so many songs. Like, in my head, I was Beyonce, okay? Like, you could tell me nothing. And I walked proudly around with that songbook, and I was being myself. But I'm not telling you to dim your light, but I am telling you don't shine your light so bright, because my light was shining bright and it wasn't working. But I carried the songbook around with me, and like, I don't know, I can't even get into it. Just basically, I was that weird girl that carried the songbook around, if that makes sense. And you live and you learn, you do, and it hurt. It really did hurt. I'm not gonna lie, because the more I think about it now, the more I realize like people weren't really so much for me with the whole song thing. People were more of against me with it, and it's cool. It's cool. Cause I'm gonna be shining on you haters. I'm just playing. So just be yourself. Just don't overly be yourself. You know, like if you're an outgoing person, I'm like, hey, like, you know, like that's too much. Like, just kind of be like, hey, you know, I don't know how to put it. Just be yourself, but don't be doing the most. Be in the talent show. When I was in high school, I was in every talent show. But when I was in high school, I had technical difficulties every time. The only reason I say be in the talent show is because it's fun, you let loose, the whole crowd is with you. If you suck, laugh at yourself, because it'll hurt less. And if you're good, then yay, you know, I mean, I don't know, but just be in the talent show. Like, even there was this one kid, I remember his name was Connor, and he got on stage and he told jokes, and like they were funny. Like, some of them were funny and some of them were like no, but at the end of the day, it was all in good fun, and he had fun and the crowd had fun. So, you know, why not go all out and just have fun? Do not be that kid that will raise their hand every time in class. Now, if you need help, you know, you need help, then that's fine. Always raise your hand. But do not be that kid that answers the teacher every time. I'm serious. No one ever liked little Johnny when Mr. Pesto was like, what's 2 + 2? 4. Who was the president on the penny? Abraham Lincoln. Thanks, Johnny. Who wants an A for today? You know, stuff like that. Like, don't be little Johnny. Cause I promise you, even Mr. Pesto gets tired of little Johnny. Don't be that kid that everybody wants to beat up because you asked the teacher, okay, why didn't you take up homework? He didn't take up homework because he forgot. And you made him remember. So now the whole class waiting for you. And they coming. Now, I just want to go ahead and say, I would be petty, okay? I was one of those people that if I did the assignment, okay, because I didn't always do my work. So, well, as far as homework goes, because sometimes a girl be tired, like, But if I did the assignment and the teacher didn't take it up, oh yeah, I'm raising my hand.
Did you gonna take this? Cause, I did it.
Even though you got everybody in the class looking at you like, you can just be like,
Well, I did it. Don't be hating, because you should have done it, because I did it, so.
Do not hand out your pencils because you won't get them back. You won't. I promise you, you won't. I was in a music class with this girl and I shared a pencil with her. And next thing you know, I see her gnawing on my pencil. I was like,
you can keep it.
She was like, oh, sorry. She wasn't sorry. Do not hand out any kind of supplies if you want to keep them, because I promise you, you won't be keeping them. If they're borrowing it, they're taking it, and it's not coming back. And that's all I gotta say on that one. I learned the hard way. I would start out the year with like 50 lead pencils. I would come out the year with like maybe 4 stray in my backpack. Don't be that kid that's never prepared for class. Bring your pen, bring your pencil, bring your colored pencils, bring your notebooks, bring your glue stick, bring whatever you gotta bring, but bring it. You may not even know if you need it, but bring it. That way you're not in class saying, I need a pencil. Because that teacher is going to hate you, and the person that you ask every day for it is going to hate you. And yes, I am throwing extreme shade at everybody I was ever in class with who asked me for a pencil. I ended up with 2 at the end of the year. And I'm salty. Don't be that person. Because, well, Johnny, you should have got your school supplies. And if you poor little Johnny, you can, they got stuff at a shelter. Like, they got you, little Johnny. Y'all don't be little Johnny. That's all I'm saying. The stuff that flew by in middle school that you tried to wear to be popular, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking Abercrombie. I'm talking Hollister. I'm talking American Eagle. I'm talking, yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, Aeropostale. I almost forgot about Aeropostale. I'm so sorry. Y'all, that stuff don't fly in high school. And if you are going to wear something by those companies, don't wear it where you got the whole, like, name across the chest, like Hollister or Aeropostale or American Eagle. Like, it got you by in middle school, and that's what made you popular in middle school, but it's not going to get you by in high school and make you popular in high school. I promise you that. In fact, somebody will probably call you out on it and be like, yo, little Johnny,
yeah,
you outdated. That's so middle school. Little Johnny's feelings gonna be hurt. Just saying. When you make friends with teachers, just know you can always slip to their classroom. If you want to go to sleep, you can always slip to their classroom if you want to get out of class. Because trust me, my theater teacher, I was like this with her. She would take me home. She would bring me cookies. This woman brought me macaroni and cheese. Okay. And I could go to her class anytime I wanted, and she would vouch for me anytime I wanted. No, I'm just saying. That teacher was the real MVP. However, y'all need to find you a teacher like that. Because I promise you, it will help you in the long run. When you become a senior, that is where you are going to want to go to. You know? Just saying. So, just keep that in mind. When it comes to driver's training, do not be like me and, I don't know, wait until your junior year. No. Your sophomore year to take driver's training, your junior year to go get your permit. Don't do that. Don't do that, because then you'll be like me, who is 4 days away from starting her sophomore year in college and about to get her driver's license. It ain't worth it. Don't do it, because in college, you need a car. Okay? And I'll get into that on my next video. Like, so just don't be me. Okay? Little Johnny was innocent in this one. This was all me. Alright, you guys. Other than that, I believe this is all I have for my video, and I hope you guys liked it. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and if you didn't find it helpful, then discreetly give it a thumbs down. Other than that, if you're new to my channel, subscribe, take some of my advice, because I promise you it will help you in the long run, okay? So honestly, you guys, I wish you the best if you're a freshman. Have a great school year. Make lots of friends. Know that everybody's not your friend. They really hate you. Just kidding. Just go all out. Have fun. Be you. It's high school. You won't forget it. So make it last. Make it last. Make it count. So, with that being said, like, subscribe, comment, and please hit this bell button so I can stop getting people asking me when I'm posting another video, or if I even posted it. You will know if you hit the bell button. Now, with all that being said, Mimi, love you.